Hey, here's Joe again and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, where we are done with all those DLCs and are ready to face the end of the game. And yeah, for that we have to go in this direction. Oh god, we have to equip that other stupid ring. Where was it? King's ring. Huh? Okay, we just need to highlight it here. Interesting. Do we need dark? I think we need dark. And we go down to the Throne of Want again. Which takes a while. So I've been thinking about how I will be doing the Lost Soul thingy, if I even will do it, to go for a Senna for the fourth of the sisters, while we are now going for Nashandra, the third of the sisters. I think I will farm a bit until I get like 5 Lost Souls and then I'll cheat the rest maybe. Let's see which NPCs we can summon. We have Vengar. We have Bradley of the Old Guard. We have Benhart of Hugo, which interestingly survived. That's weird. We didn't summon him once. Normally he should have gone hollow. But whatever. Let's just enter the mist here again to see what the end game is. End bosses always get scythes.
You have proven yourself to me.
Also, she's finally showing her true form.
Now, be one with the dark.
Those do curse. I am human right now and don't have the Ring of Binding. Okay, she does like an attack like that. Can you come over here, please? That area over there is cursing me. $700 damage, ridiculous. Stamina. AoE. I think I wrote it. Or it's not very... Okay. That's the same beam again. That looks like an AoE again. Do you make 4 new thingies appear around here? Yeah. This time only 2. That's weird. So I assume we'll have to approach her to bait her into melee attacks. Stamina. This also does curse. You are too far away from me to do that. AoE? Oh god, not AoE. And we got cursed. Now it's finally doing something. she's making new thingies appear around her. And we'll have to pull her over here. That's the ledge. No! Fucking ledges everywhere. That's great. 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 How she is no... What the fuck? I think you got a slightly offset image because fucking OBS did do weird stuff. Okay. Okay. OBS just kidding me or what? It's so weird. Going over the King's Ring. Hopefully it is centered now. Weird, I've never had that problem. I'm going in again. She does her stuff again, which means that we'll have to... Weird, she did spawn too. I found a ledge again. Which is still pretty bullshit. Come on over. I'll be changing to... If you keep doing that, I'll be changing to poison arrows. Come on. Yeah, give me melee attacks. She did spawn more of these. Okay, I got cursed. I got cursed twice. Fucking hell! How much did she curse me and why couldn't I roll it this time around? Okay, and back in again. So I have no change to the hollow skin headpiece because it gives me 1000 curse resist and I don't wanna walk away from her so much anymore. They still do constant damage. Stamina. I tried to roll away from it because I thought it was another attack. Stamina. Stamina. That's the AoE. The one where her body starts. Give that pulse. And that's how Nashandra dies. Giving us her soul. And 99k souls on top of it.
Many monarchs have come and gone. One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame. Still another slumbers in the realm of ice. Not one of them stood here as you do now.
We have all bested all of them.
You, conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
And that he is Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin, using his fire damage, which is ridiculous because I have... What the fuck? Where was my stamina gone? I don't think I can approach him now. Didn't he have that stupid mechanic where you couldn't touch him? Yeah, when he's on fire you can't hurt him. Where is he? Over there. Wow. Yep. It's like I said. He moved away. Where does he come up? Over there. Aldia, Scholar of the First Sin. I'm too slow. Come on. He moved again. Trying to avoid the thingies as they come up. We're getting him below half health. That's an AoE. Oh god, no, that attack. What is that? He's channeling something. Like a very big fireball, okay. What's he doing now? Moving over? To where? Okay. So I don't know if I don't beat him and die, if we have to go for Nashandra again. Wow, 46 damage. And that's why I'm very careful about him. Haven't really been hit by anything in particular. Fuck. He's doing that again. What now? Moving over to the other side. And we defeat him, the Scholar of the First Sin.
I'll everything but remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you, but the question remains: what do you want from me? Light, dark, or something else entirely?
But now we'll have to do an uninformed decision of whether to go out of here and ignore that throne that all the kings wanted, especially King Vendrick, or go to that throne to see what the true power that we get here is. First of all, let's get rid of that hollow skin, because I don't want that to appear in the final cutscene. Let's have the ridiculous demon helmet instead. So there like different stuff that you can do. With the first game, I linked the fire again. I could now plunge the world into darkness to then in Dark Souls 3 do the special ending. I think we'll have to perpetuate the cycle until we break it in Dark Souls 3 with the special ending. So let's go here. Proceed to the throne. I nearly jumped off that cliff.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this.
We now get to the Throne of Want.
Great Sovereign, take your throne.
I really like how I have normal
What lies
gloves
ahead, only you can see.
in combination with the stupid, ridiculous armor. That's not even symmetric, because it never is with the right and left side, because of the way like you protect your one shoulder in a different way than the other, because your arm will be in a different position while fighting. But that's it. That was Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, which might actually be one of my favorite Dark Souls games. One of my favorite Dark Souls game, one of the top 3, it's definitely. But I think it might be my second favorite, with Dark Souls 1 being my favorite. Dark Souls 1 is better than Dark Souls 2 in terms of world interconnectability and content. It interconnects. It's interconnectable. Interconnectability is the word that I was going for. So, like, the interconnectability of Dark Souls 1 is way better than this. So all the places and how they are arranged to each other, and if you watch and see and look into the distance, you see something and it makes sense that it is there and you can get there. That all is way better. Like the how the word works is way better, and it's going back there somewhat in Dark Souls 3, but Dark Souls 2 completely throws that out of the window with like levels that interconnect, yes, but it's basically like a level that interconnects within itself, within a huge hallway or a big elevator, and then the next level. And so it works in a completely different way. And the reason why they can do this is that they unlock the fast travel from the very beginning of the game. and you really need to use the fast travel, because otherwise you'll be like wandering around, having drops of no returns, and then have to use the far fires to get back. And if you would do the DLCs then you would have to run there again later, and then have to run to Drang Lake again from Majula, which is so stupid if you do it without bonfires. I don't like this game and the no bonfire run that you can do here, where you get a special ring that's only good for PvP. Get the same for doing a no death run. Then you get also a special ring. I think those rings are even needed for an achievement. It's ridiculous. So yeah. This was me beating Dark Souls 2 for my first time, although I saw a few Let's Plays of it before, so it wasn't blind, but this was the first time like half of those bosses that we defeated in these 73 episodes. Half of those I had never defeated before, and I had to genuinely learn their pattern, because it's entirely different seeing someone struggle against him and eventually beat them than to struggle against them yourself and eventually beat them yourself. So it was entirely different experience, and it was great. There were like really good bosses in between, like stuff like the Fume Knight, where people said they had so much trouble. I had no real trouble fighting that guy. It was all pattern recognition and like delicate dance. It's the same with the Ivory Knight, the Ivory King, or Ladenzel. It's just pattern recognition, and that's the thing I'm good at. At least I'm good at ever since I fought Nightmare King Grim, which is still my favorite boss of all time, because the dance that we had for 6.5 hours of pure fighting time, that doesn't count for all the downtime in between the fights and stuff. You can see that 6.5 hour video. I have it still up. The uncut version. It is cut, but it doesn't cut any of the boss attempts. It was great, and it taught me so much about how games can work and how I can play with the games. And it really helps in beating all those Soulslikes, because it's the same thing there with pattern recognition and then the delicate dance. And like most of the DLC bosses were here in Dark Souls 2 were delicate dance. Was really good, really good. I liked Sir Lon, I liked the Fume Knight, I like Smeta Demon. Interestingly, I didn't think I would like him at the end, but I liked him. And I even used the sword to the very end to kill off Nashandra and Aldia and all the DLC bosses. So I liked him so much that I used the sword and armor. So yeah. So generally, I really like this game. They could have done a bit better with like NPC quest lines, because in Dark Souls 1 and 3 they are implemented, I think, in a very much better way, where you actually follow them and keep them in mind, and they do something special. Whereas here most of the NPC quest lines are return to that NPC every now and then, and at some point you will get an item from that, and the only thing you have to follow is like paid. But that's also not an NPC quest line, because he doesn't say like meet me at that place and we will do that. It's just he just stands there at some point while you continue, and then you do the thing, and then you talk to him again, and then he moves on. It's not as good as in Dark Souls 1 and 3. Yeah. Also, there are NPC quest lines here that are bound to summoning NPCs at certain bosses and help them conquer their hollowing, and that's not a thing that I like. I don't like that. I'd like it differently. At some point we'll play Dark Souls 3 so that you can understand, if you only watch my channel and have no other have not seen the Dark Souls game in a different way, so that you know what I talk about. But that will be a while off, since the next game I'll play in this slot will be Mortal Shell, this year's well-acclaimed Soulslike. That's supposed to be a very good game, but a short one. We'll see. I played the open beta before it came out, and then I never came around to playing the entire game, but now's the time. We'll start that tomorrow. And yeah, so we're still seeing the credits here, but after the credits are over, I'll show you what you get when you get those 50 Lois Souls. I'll probably just cheat them in. I'll also first off, after the credits, I'll show off what you get for Nashandra's soul, and I think Aldia doesn't have a soul. So we'll see. Maybe we get Aldia's soul after the credits, when the post-credit game begins. But yeah, okay, so I think we're done with the credits, so I spoke the perfect time. Nope. Hidetaka Miyazaki, Masanori Takeuchi, Aichi Nakajima still want to say goodbye to you. Good. And that's for all the stuff that they're using, yeah, SSL toolkits and stuff. They need to put it in the credits, and once they are gone, we should be done with the credits. I really like Dark Souls 2. It feels more responsive from like how snappy the controls are than Dark Souls 1, which felt a bit clunky. And I think Dark Souls 3 is even feeling even better. We'll see that, I think, after Mortal Shell. Maybe I'm playing between Mortal Shell and that. Maybe I still want to try out Code Vein. We'll see what we do there. But now the credits are done. We got the heir achievement. We are the heir of the throne. And now, by resting at the bonfire, we could begin the journey to Drang Lake, but we don't need to. Does the Firekeeper have anything to say?
Of the curse until hope.
Nope, she doesn't. We can just level up once without 99,000 souls, which gives me 1 point of strength. Which I don't really need, but whatever. And I'm gonna see, first I'm gonna read you Nashandra's soul's description, which is the third of the sisters. We have Ilana, Nadaya, and here we have Nashandra. The fragments of the abyss of untold origin nourished their beings by the sides of would-be monarchs. Perhaps they were simply ordeals on the road to kinghood. One day the flames will fade and only darkness will remain. Unless, of course, an heir arrives. Which are we? So let's go to straight into artifacts to see what the soul offers. We actually get 3 items for the soul of Nashandra. The first is the Scythe of Wand. A scythe born from the soul of Nashandra, the old one of the abyss, was reborn in death, split into minuscule fragments and spread across the land. After regaining their shapes, they crawled forth, yearning for strong souls in search of greater power. And we get the Shine. The old one of the abyss was reborn in death, split into minuscule fragments and spread across the land. After taking their shape, they courted monarchs of considerable power, which they desired to make their own. And we get the Bow of Wand. Light and dark are 2 sides of the same coin, much like the soul and the curse. The beings who presented themselves to those in search of kinghood were drawn to their awesome strength. So, and also I want to talk about like how the 4 sisters, of which we have 3 of their souls, which are Ilana, Nadaya, Nashandra, and Alsana, who awaits us in the Ivory King DLC. I think there might have been 5. And that's the thing that I just entirely came up with myself. I've never heard anyone speculating about this. But those beings of great darkness that decide to reclaim their strength of menace, they are going to would-be kings and are binding them towards them. And they bound themselves to King Vendrick to the Ivory King, to the Sunken King, and to the Old Iron King. But what if there was a fifth one who bound herself to the real king who became the heir?
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered. Over the hill and path, those who come that, although he perhaps.
And we would never expect that of her to be a being of dark, but that's how they started with the other kings too. They lulled them until the kings died, and then they showed their true form. But maybe that's also what she is. That's just a thing that I came up with myself, might be completely wrong about that. Okay, so now let's think about using Sheet Engine to get 49 more lost souls. I'll look up how to do that, and I'll be doing that off screen. I'm seeing you in a second. So, and back to the Grand Cathedral. In the meantime, I cheated. I swatched 49 life gems into 49 Lloyd souls to get to the 50. Just because I want to show you that off, and I want to read Asana's soul. Normally I would have now, if I was just playing for myself, I would have just grinded for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. But that's not a thing I can do since I have to record stuff. And yeah, I just couldn't afford the time now, so I'm doing it that way. By the way, that means that I'm from now on playing just offline and will never use this character again. That's something that I put onto myself with like the restrictions that I put onto myself, that I won't ever summon, which I only did for one of the 4 areas that are built for multiplayer. There are 4 solely multiplayer build areas, and 3 of them I could do solo because I'm actually not bad at this game. But Horsefuck Valley was no thing that I could do without summons, and that's why I had to at that point.
I sense a night's joyous elation. Kind visitor, please accept my gratitude.
We get Lois gauntlets and leggings. The first pair of icy brambles shatter.
I sense a night's joyous elation.
That's for 5.
Kind visitor, please accept my gratitude.
And the Lois armor for 15. And the second set of brambles shatters.
I sense a night's joyous elation. Kind visitor, please accept my gratitude.
And we get the Lois helm for 35 souls. By the way, she's not taking the souls from me. I still have them. It's just for reaching that milestone. And for 50 we get this.
Joyous elation. Close by. Yes, very close.
And the last set of bramble vanishes. Now we can't speak to her anymore from here because we can actually go up. Big stairs. Towards this place. Which I don't know whether it has items to the other side of the pyramid here. A great view from here into the abyss. If you want to stare into the abyss for your entire life. Also a good place to get yourself trapped. But we'll now ascend the pyramid in the middle of this. And we can look at her and see if she bears resemblance to the Firekeeper. And by the thing that she put on her face, I'd say yes, because that looks a bit like the Demon Soul Emerald Herald, but the face itself doesn't look like the Firekeeper back in Majula. So let's talk to her.
Kind visitor, I am not the only being born of dark. You will face hardship like no other. Take this. My sisters are as a thick dark, their lust for souls insatiable. May you find the will to resist their desires.
And we get Soul of Asana, the Silent Oracle.
Go on, kind visitor. May you reach your journey's end one day.
Asana, so where is it? There. Who prays in silent vigilance. This child of dark in reverence of the apocalypse devoted herself to ritual in hopes of appeasing the raging flame. And we also got the Lois armor set. Not the crown of the Ivory King. That's the Shardloid, that's the Lois set. Where devoted guardians of the lands that delved valiantly into the depths of chaos, never to return. The few that survived remain in Medium Lois, now frozen over, awaiting the call of their master. That's the other stuff that we did get. So let's see what Straight and Ornifex have to offer for the Soul of Asana. We get Ilium Lois, a Dex S-scaling with Dex sword, curved sword forged from the Soul of Asana, formed by two curious blades. The sword can restore an ally's hit points with a hit from its strong attack, so we can heal allies with it. The enigmatic Asana quietly found a place at the Ivory King's side, and when the strength was fully drained, he conferred this sword, inscribed with the name of the land, to her. That's a very special sword. And Morlin also says the Ivory King said now. The Ivory King kept his countenance from his people. The Knights of Lois dutifully followed suit, never unhinging their helmets in public view. The land of Ilium Lois was a vast rampart built to contain the ancient chaos. The Ivory King placed his throne upon the very mouth of chaos and served as the first line of defense. And thus we are left with only one thing left to do, because there was a couple of ladies that said that I should return to where it all began. That's where we're going now, to the Firekeeper's dwelling. Don't think there's anything too special there. At least I don't remember something. Maybe we get the thing, but that's all. Let's see. All these that we never talked to, like you. Can't say anything. Also can't say anything. You?
You have proven yourself to the forest. We have little to offer, except perhaps these.
And we get the Handmaid's
May they
Ladle.
bring fortune to your journey, in some small way.
Interestingly, the ladle doesn't get removed from here, so it's not that one. But of course, the ladle is a weapon, which will be at the top, won't it? No. There it is, the Handmaid's Ladle. Ladle is that curved thing, okay? An ordinary kitchen ladle. He who chooses this as a weapon either faces extenuating circumstances or has an odd sense of humor. If you care for your life, leave this one in the kitchen. And this ladle is what we can use as a weapon. Very fast attack, very low stamina usage. That counts as a hammer. With very low requirements, and there are people who beat the game with this. In New Game Plus, I think. It's weird. People do the weird stuff with all these games. We get this, I think, after defeating the two guys, the two big hippos guarding that sarcophagus that you can use to switch your gender.
The old women, long ago,
But she doesn't have anything more to say. What do you have to say?
Still determined as ever, I see. Do you wish to start all over again?
And we could use soul vessels here to reallocate points.
Still hope, go on. Take these.
And we get human effigies because
You must
we did
go
something.
on a journey without rest. Well, I suppose if you find yourself at an impasse, but if your will is yet unbroken, Then you may return here to start again. With a clean slate. No, of course. Now go along.
Okay, and that's what these girls had to offer to me. Okay, back to Majula for our grand goodbye to the series. Yeah, as I said, I really like Dark Souls 2. I really like all the Souls games, but this holds a special place in my heart because it's so different. And Dark Souls 1 and 3 often very much feels like a fan service to the fans of Dark Souls 1. And Dark Souls 2 was better at that, at being unique, at being a game that's not only a successor of the previous game, but also a new thing, with new ideas, with fresh ideas, with something of its own to present. And Dark Souls 3 doesn't really feel that way. And that's why Dark Souls 2 holds a special place in my heart. But we're done with it. We're probably never going to see this again, unless I decide to play as some special mod. If there is like a story overhaul mod or something like that, I might be playing that again, as I'll probably at some point in the future will play the Daughters of Ash mod in Dark Souls 1. We'll see. But for now, we're done with this. So, say goodbye to Drain Lake, and tomorrow we're gonna play Mortal Shell. Goodbye, Dark Souls 2.